What is up, peeps? This is For The Win TCG, and I'm talking you back to another YouTube video. And today we're going to be playing one of your decks. I have, if you didn't know, a section in my Discord server where you can provide me with your own deck lists. And if you're lucky enough, I will actually pull out that deck list and play it on the channel, completely untouched, just to see how good your list actually is. Now, with that said, today we're going to be playing Lickilicky. This one was provided by Hadi190. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hadi190. So Hadi190 is what I'm gonna say. It looks like a quite interesting deck. I don't think he's the originator of the deck, obviously. I've seen people play this deck against me before. It's a pretty fun deck. I haven't seen it included with Firo though, so I want to see how this works. Macargo and stuff is also included. So I'm really interested to see how this works. Sorry, I was looking at my phone thinking that was the camera. I'm interested to see how this works. But before I do get into that, I just want to give a quick plug, I guess we could call it that. For those of you who don't know, I do make music, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. And don't worry, it's not that kind of YouTuber music that everyone makes that's trash. It's something that I could say I'm quite proud of myself. So it is in the description if you do want to give it a listen and show your support. But yeah, it's something I really love doing, so I'd love to see your feedback on that nonetheless. But yes, with that said, let's get into a game and see how this deck fares out. So as I said, I have come up against this deck before. It's a bit of a pain to play against. I believe it discards an energy, a card in your hand, and a top card of your opponent's deck, I believe. I haven't seen the card in a very long time, to be honest with you, so I'm not 100% certain. But it definitely is something. It's quite irritating to play against. Firo has the, I think it's the double colorless energy attack, which, by the way, we don't have DC in standard, which is why Welder's obviously going to be played here. Which I believe is discard 2 energy from your opponent's active Pokemon if you flip heads on both of the coin flips that you have to do, right? I phrased that so wrong. Right, this deck has a few interesting concepts in there. I would say these stadiums that are being played, they seem to be quite, like, it's like one of multiple stadiums rather than kind of sticking with one type. I guess that's for different types of matchups. Like this has one power plant. What else does it have? I did just see it and I've forgotten. We'll see it in there. It has a power plant and some other stadiums as well. But I'm just interested to see how this fares, if I'm going to be honest with you. Do we go for the welder right away? I think we can. I don't know what deck this is, so that's going to be interesting to see. That's actually a bit of a yikes. Okay, how many cards do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8 cards. They're going to have 9. I kind of want to reset stamp them here, you know, just to reduce their hand size for the start. Yeah, it's obviously not the best time to reset stamp. It's actually the worst, but I didn't want them starting with 9 cards in their hand. That's just way too good. But we do have the Firo here. Flip a coin. If heads, discard 2 energy. Oh, so it's flip 1 coin. Right, okay. This deck seems a bit crazy, so I'll be honest with you. I don't know where it's going, which always concerns me, to be honest with you. It's got Rock Crafts, it's got Lickilicky, it's got an Evolution, and it's got Moltres. I'm trying to see what the hell is going on here. Is there any Lickilicky GXs in the current format? I know the Bloodthirsty Eyes one is gone. What about the one that was... What form is that? It's the middle form. I keep forgetting what it's called. Is that one still legal and standard? I don't even know. But man, how much we miss Bloodthirsty Eyes. Jesus Christ. Both Bloodthirsty Eyes and Guzma going. Man, that was such a hit. Such a hit. We do have that that new catcher coming out. I forgot what it's called. It's one where you have to discard 2 cards from your hands and then you can get a GX from your opponent's bench into the active, right? So it's not the best, but it's definitely something that will probably replace the custom catchers. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Okay, they're going for a Litten. So this is all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. And I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll just play through. We won't do the one game, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Right, they're going to get their assisting heater going. Hopefully we can get at least a heads on here and get rid of an energy. That would be good news. Right, let's go for the Cynthia, see how it goes. What do we get? So we get a Lick Tongue down, which is good news. We don't have to attach this triple colorless, which is fine. I guess we're going to go for the Drill 1 double here. All right, that's cool. I kind of, do you know, I'll be honest with you. I would have preferred it to be flip 2 coins for each head's discarded energy. Because that way you have at least a 75% chance, if I've got the math correctly, to actually get rid of an energy rather than it relying on the 1 50-50 coin flip to discard the 2. Why is my timer go? Oh, wow. Okay, your opponent has chosen a Pokemon as a flamethrower attack. Name the Pokemon if you're right. Incineroar. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. I've never, ever, ever come up against that card. What on earth? I was like, why is the timer going down? I was like, what's going on? Okay, sure, I'll take it, right? I mean, I'm not gonna complain. So what is it? Discard a random card from your opponent's hand, discard a top card of your opponent's deck, discard an energy from your active Pokemon. So I'm kind of gonna do this because they only have 2 cards in their hand. So we could really shut them down here. And that could be really worthwhile. And if we can get Macargo out as well, that would just be dope. So fingers crossed we pull. We don't. Chip, what's this do again? See, I haven't done many milling, so I don't know what this does. Look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. Choose one of them. Shuffle your other back in the deck. Oh, okay. So we can choose basically what we're getting rid of here, which is cool. Okay, we're getting rid of Bill's Analysis. Hands down. I believe that was the top card as well. So they're going to draw into a fire energy off of this, which is nice. So they're going to be struggling a bit. All right, good stuff. There's another Lickitung. There we go. Man, this deck is just trolled. Yeah, so Shrine of Punishment is in here as well, which, again, not relevant in this matchup. So, I'm assuming the Power Plant is specifically for Mew Mew, but that could be easily taken down and countered. Right, I'm trying to think now. If we could top deck a Welder, that would be dope. Because I'd like to be able to continually do this attack without having to get rid of the triple colorless. So... Alright, we are in a pretty good spot. Not gonna lie. Kind of liking it. We're gonna do this just so we can Lily some cards out. See what we get here. Nothing too spectacular, but we're just gonna go for it. There we go. That's another fighting energy. That's a bit of a shame because we could have actually... They could actually, sorry, top deck something better. No, okay. So they're in Stucktown again, and we are too. We have no triple colorless to work with this time, so... Do I get the Macargo out and then get a Welder for next turn? That's what I think we do. Yeah, that seems like the play for now, at least. And then we can attach energy onto the active. And we can Lily here. We could have actually Lilied for a... Now that I think about it, a triple colorless, but I'd rather guarantee the Welder for next turn. So we don't have to keep finding the triple colorless. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking, sorry. So at least we guarantee that. Do we need to bench this? I mean, sure, why not? We can roll out for 40, which actually does get the KO, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining in the slightest. Okay, that's dope. This guy does also play 1 buff padding. That makes perfect sense. Going up to 100 and... Was it 170? Is it plus 40 or is it plus 50? 170, 180? Which just makes it almost impossible to take out. Not almost impossible, should I say, but a lot of effort to take out for a single prize Pokemon. So that's kind of cool, to say the least. But this guy is in Stucktown. Thanks. I'm so glad we got rid of that Bills, man. That Bills Analysis getting taken out. That's a big deal, man. That was a big deal. Right, Welder, straight onto the act. Oh, I should have Macargoed. I'm not used to this deck yet, okay? Leave me alone. Should have Macargoed first. I figured that out. That's it. Giant Herb is another one. That was stupid, wasn't it? At least we can guarantee our top deck here. I mean, what do we need? I guess a custom catcher would be the privilege or the chip axe. Maybe the chip. I mean, is there anything that we're going to be particularly worried about? I mean, what can that do? No, that's not really going to do anything useful. I guess we'd go for the chip here. Just so next time we can guarantee at least what we're going to top deck. Right? So, I'm already looking at this deck, this being my first time playing it, and seeing that there is a lot of... not a lot, but there's a very linear way you have to go about playing this. Because, let's say, if I use Macargo and then go for Giant Hearth, whatever, then I'm going to shuffle the deck and that's going to screw up. So, you have to be careful with what you play and when a bit more, which I've not really thought about, to be honest. But, speaking of... We can Lily here for any card we want, pretty much. And we're in a spot where it's perfectly fine to do that. So we could get another another Fearow out, technically speaking. We don't need to, though. We could Heat Factory. I mean, that's something we could do. We only have 2 fire energy left and 1 fire crystal. So that doesn't really lend us any benefits that is ideal. I guess another chip would probably be best. Just to at least get a bit of control here whilst they're struggling, right? That's what I'm thinking, nonetheless. So let's just do that for now. Let's go for the chip. Oh, wow. They have got absolutely nothing worthwhile. I guess we get rid of the energy switch, right? I mean, what else? They have 2 Pokemon to draw into, so long as we ain't shuffling their deck, we are good, man. We are absolutely rolling. I could get some more fire energy, but I don't need it. This is just smooth sailing. I don't know what is going on with this guy's deck. It is all over the place. All over the place. Yeah, I saw a Hawlucha. Was there a Hawlucha in there? Maybe it's just an Incineroar deck, but they just have fighting in... I don't know. Like, Blazes Quiz Show, that one threw me off completely. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I was like, this is not a good card, because the reason why it's not a good card is because when you're playing a good deck, odds are your opponent knows what's going on with your deck, right? So if you're playing Malamar, right, they know what cards you're going to have in your deck, basically speaking, right? Unless you have a wild card. But the thing is, a lot of top tier players have a very good knowledge of the game and the Pokemon that are being played. So if you play a card saying, oh, I have a Pokemon with this attack, guess that card, 9 times out of 10, they're going to guess it, right? Because they know the cards. They know what cards exist, and they know what attacks are important and what cards are being played. As I said, unless you're playing a completely out of left field card, it's not really good. You're just going to give your opponent 4 cards. That's why I was like, oh yeah, Flamethrower Incineroar, obviously. It's not going to be Darkrai GX or anything. It's just, it's a fire deck, and he's got a bloody Litten down. Of course he's got an Incineroar. So that's my thought process, at least on that card. It's not a good card. All right, let's go for the Chippity Chip. Man, this guy has... He got a Flareon? Jesus Christ, this guy's playing way too many Pokemon. A quick tip for you guys, do not play too many Pokemon. If you do, you're going to struggle. Or at least don't play so many diverse Pokemon, is what I would say. This is the ideal target, to be honest with you. Although we could stick them a little bit. Or not, we can at least guarantee a KO, right? Speed up the process of us winning. Right, we can take this out immediately. Let's go for the Torracat. That's a potential threat, right? I know this can hit 110, but unless they have Welder, they can't do that again. Sorry, they can't do that so frequently. Cynthia now, good double Macargo. I mean, we are in that position where we can do stuff like that. So, you know, here we are. There's the Fearow, and there's the energy, and there's the Macargo play. Do we need to... We don't need Fire Crest. We have no fire energy in the discard pile. I mean, we could buff padding just for the sake of it, right? We could get another Macargo. Nah, I think we're buff padding for next turn. Yeah. I think we just attack here. Let's get it out. Hopefully we get a good card. Obviously it's fire because of their attack, so that's that, you know. Triple acceleration. This is smooth sailing now. Absolute smooth sailing. Gonna be honest with you. I have no idea why I've come up against this kind of deck. I've actually been coming up against some good decks today, to be honest with you, when I've been playing. But this is the kit. This is what does happen though sometimes when I'm like testing, because obviously I've mentioned this loads of times before. When I'm testing, there's a lot of times where I'm gonna have to scoop because I need to obviously go back and fix a problem I've forgotten in the deck or a flaw in the deck, and that obviously affects my elo, so that I can come up against these types of decks sometimes. Right. Let's get rid of the Ditto. We don't need it. Do we have that fire energy? We do. We can welder it onto this one and then go for a switch. Why not? Let's just keep our boys safe. Whilst we can. I mean, it's not like we need to, but, you know. Alright. And let's go extra far and just go for the buff padding as well. Do we need anything next turn? Need specifically? Do you know what? We can go for the custom catcher, right? And then we can just get the one the turn after or whatever if we need it. Yeah, let's just do that. In the 2 turns, if we get the double custom catcher, we can at least guarantee it. What was that? Grimsley? Move up to 3 damage counts from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another. Oh, wow. That actually would have got a KO on this Lickilicky, so that's kind of dope. Yeah, this is an absolutely wild deck. all the supporters are different by the looks of it. So I wouldn't let this represent our deck very much, if I be honest with you, because, well, yeah, what we're coming up against here is clearly, it's got to be someone that's either new to the game or they don't have many cards, so they're just playing with what they can. That's probably the case. So let's not judge, but yeah, let's just make it clear that this is not the best representation for this Lickilicky deck. So that's something important, at least, that we need to bear in mind. I have no idea what's going to come next. I genuinely don't. I have no clue. It's unpredictable, at least. But, man, I guess they can search for some energy, right? If anything. And then we get the KO, and then everything out here we also get the KO with as well. So, I mean, there's that. So, you know, is what it is. Oh, they have no fire energy left. Whoa, they have 20 cards, but no fire energy. What are they doing in that deck? I hope it's not. I hope it's not more Pokemon. I hope it's just not a ton of Pokemon. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna go get the next custom catcher just so we can guarantee the KO next turn and get game. So we're just gonna do that. Licks go crazy. Let's get rid of the top deck. Oh wow, Welder. They do have Welder, and we got rid of it as well. Oh lord. I mean, this deck is quite devastating, I'll be honest with you. It could work a little bit with Judge, you know. Or, well, Reset Stamp it probably works amazing with, right? If you could Reset Stamp in the late game when you're behind and then go for this attack, you could really cause them to stumble. So, that's something. Alrighty. So they have a hand finally with their copycat. So you see what I'm saying? There's a bunch of just different supporters in here. There's loads of different stuff. Oh, Diamond Gate. Oh, I mean, it's something, but if they attack with this, it's game. We don't even need to go for the custom catcher. I was about to say, unless they have resistance, but who has resistance to normal types? Does that even exist? I think, is it the old dragon cards that used, before dragon type existed, they were normal, right? And they were weak to normal type. Am I correct or am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that's the case, right? I think it's the case. Me thinks it's the case. Alright, they're going to search for support and that's game, so here we go. We would have actually been in trouble if we had no energy left. Because we wouldn't have been able to... I mean, no, we had this. No, we good. We good. And we're not going to flex on the guy. I mean, it's clear that they don't have much to work with in the game, so... Wondrous Labyrinth as well. I'll be damned. Alright, let's just finish this. Alright, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Let's go for another one. Definitely. Let's go for another one. I'm not gonna leave it at that, I would say. But I think we need a better matchup, to be honest with you. So let's see how it goes now. Oh, is this something? Come on, please be like a top tier deck. I want to see what this is like against something top tier. If it's Mew Mew or Mew 3, however people want to call it, then that's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Especially with discarding stuff, you know, we could actually help them. We could discard a GX that they need to get in the discard pile. So that could be a kind of a downfall, actually, rather than a benefit. But we'll have to wait and see, right? Okay, this is looking like Mew Mew. This is definitely looking like a Mew Mew. Trying to think now how this matchup would work. Considering that I've played this deck obviously once, which is the last game, and it's not the best way to represent the deck. I'm trying to figure out what would work here. I don't think Fira would do much, right? Especially if they're playing Welder. I don't know. Right, let's Power Plant. Let's get that in here. Let's at least try and control their top deck a little bit. Probably force them the Fire Crystal. And let's go for Lily. Do we get anything worthwhile? We do. I kind of want to put this Firo in the active to keep this Lickitung going. But odds of them attacking next turn and getting a KO are quite slim. Unless they bench a Reshiram, go for a Welder. Reshiram, Welder, 2 Fire Energy and a Switch. Which is a 5-card combo, right? So I doubt they have that in what will be a 7-card hand. Yeah, let's pass. I'm just gonna show throw that out there. I don't think they got it. Actually, now that I see he's got the deck box there, is this the... I don't know, because I haven't played against Mew Mew in a while, but is this the Mew Mew deck box thing that you can get? Is this that very deck? I don't know. I'm not sure. Because I know you can get a tin now, right, with that alternative artwork. So if we see the alternative artwork, we'll know, but I doubt it with all these extra GXs. Okay, I'm pretty confident that's not the tin deck, now that I look at it. Right? I don't think it is. No, because I think that would be the only GX in there. Am I correct? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, so they're going to get their fire energy. They probably have a welder. But, with that said... we're okay for now. Yeah. It's going to be a very interesting matchup. The big problem here, you see, is we don't have any recovery. And if stuff gets KO'd, we're screwed. And it's going to get very easily KO'd by these big tag teams, you see. So it's a concern of mine. I'm not going to lie. Alright, let's get rid of the welder. Oh, man. I mean, both of these dual supporters are good for them. So, I mean, we just have to stick with what we got, right? Let's Cynthia. This actually can work in our favor as well, the Giant Hearth, so I'm not going to complain. See what we get. Alright, buff padding I don't think does us any huge favors, but we'll throw it down. We don't get any slugmas or anything, which is a problem. So let's do that. Okay. Now we don't know what they've top decked, obviously, because they shuffled the deck when we did the chip hacks. Poke it. Don't get it. Don't get it. They got that. Okay. But they're only drawing 2 cards with that, unless they get that Charizard out. Alright, they're only drawing 2. Okay, then the welder was the smart choice. Okay, they're getting rid of that. So they're going to get the energy to attack at least and hit, what, 110 is it? Yeah. And then we need something because we're screwed if not. And this hand's a bit weak right now. We can't really mess around. I mean, we can use the fire crystal and get rid of the fire energy. Like so. This is just a thin. And then Lily, I mean, I don't know if that actually changed my hand size, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. So I'm just going to do this. Because that's all we've got. We can roll out and get a KO, which is nice. So it's good that we have that attack. Ditto. Oh, man, this is rough. This is rough already. Now, if they don't welder, they have to GX attack to get us out. So I will take that any day. Any day of the week. And if we can get a Fearow out and discard 2 energy from them, that could be good as well. No, they're going to go for Outrage. Okay. That changes things a little bit, I'll be honest with you. Now, if we Lily, we're Lilying for 1. If we attach the Fire Energy, we're Lilying for 2, but we can't use Licks Go Crazy. We have to top deck a... I'm testing something here. Can I discard this and then just click done? I can. Okay. So I can now Lily for 2. 34 cards. 3 of them are triple acceleration. The odds are so low. But we're going to risk it for a biscuit. Come on. Oh. Yeah, that's disappointing. Okay. Let's just roll out. Okay, that's fine. They can get the KO on us. I don't mind. I do, but I don't, but I do. And we have the Macargo, and the custom catcher actually can work in our favor. The thing is, We need to thin our hand to do that. And to do that, we might need to play that reset stamp, which is not really good, if I be honest with you. So I don't want to give them a bigger hand just so I can pull something and not get stuck. But you might have to, right? We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. What do we get? Yikes. We get a fire energy. I'm going to discard the energy just to thin again. We have to go for the Macargo reset stamp play here. Like, there's no choice. No, we don't. We attach the fire energy. We're good. Okay, I'm actually going to get a Cynthia here. I'm not even going to get the Firo. Yes, that's a bit risky. But we need more stuff, right? We can't just get a Firo and then hope to stay alive, right? We need more stuff. And we got the Firo as well, which is dope. And we also do have the power plant, which is not doing us any favors, if I'll be honest with you. I mean, we don't want to get him energy, though. The thing is, if we disable that ability, they can attack without... That actually benefits them. So the power plant is actually benefiting them as much as this is. I just need to think, what is the better benefit? Getting the energies that they need, or being able to attack with Latios? I think the energy is more of a priority. So the Latios can attack, fine. But it's harder for them to find energy, so they can go for their main attack. That's at least what I'm thinking. Now, they can get the KO in return, obviously, because of the Outrage, which is the biggest problem against Reshiram. You can't really chip damage it, because it's just going to come back at you with that damage plus 30. So that's a big problem with coming up against Reshiram as a small deck. Or, well, this is a chip damage deck, so that's a problem. That's a real problem. Now, what do we do? That's game, isn't it? We can't get anything. Can't even guarantee anything. If I get a draw support, it doesn't matter. We just have to sit there and, like, I can't even thin my hand down. I can't play the switch. I can play the energy, but that's the best you're getting from it, really. Oh, that's where getting rid of this would have... Oh, man. Have I just, like... Oh, I've just ruined myself there. If I had that, I could have discarded this energy and then kept the hand and then gone for a custom catcher. But I didn't anticipate that. No way did I anticipate that. Man, that's a shame. Right, we're going to have to just scoop this one up, I'm afraid. A bit of a weird episode there, I'm going to be honest with you lot. Coming up against a very strange... Not a good deck at all to coming up against a Mew Mew, well, it was technically Reshiram, right? Deck that just stomped us because we kind of just stuck ourselves. I think the problem with this deck, if there is any, is its lack of Pokemon search. I mean, only having 3 Pokecoms as your only Pokemon search is quite problematic. Like, the setup play is quite weak. So if you can find a way to increase the setup play in here, that could be good. Even if it's something as simple as, I don't want to say fan club because that's such a weak supporter, but I think this needs a bit more setup priority, in my opinion, because it is something that we need to get going quickly, as quick as we can, and start chipping away before they start KOing these things and taking it out and causing problems for us in the long run. Because this game likes to, this deck, it looks like this deck likes to take its time. And we need longevity to do that, so maybe some... Oh, not right now, sorry. Yeah, maybe some recovery or something for the Pokemon could be good. So Brock's Grit, you could get... what's that? Lure Ball, and then help... Obviously, the Ditto can help aid that, kind of acting like a 5th Lickitung or whatever. I know we played 3 here. But I think this deck does need some work, but it's obviously an interesting concept. It is a good deck in theory. You just need to kind of get the balance right of setup, obviously mid-game, late game. Kind of thinking about all those things is something that you need to do. But yeah, thank you very much for that deck. It was a pretty cool one to play and pretty interesting in its concept. But with that said, of course, do leave a like if you did enjoy, and of course, subscribe for more. And again, as I said, don't forget to check out the song in the description if you want to hear some cool stuff. But with that said, most importantly, do take care and peace.